Greetings, wise ones. This is Melissa from 8th House Wisdom, author, astrologer, feminine energy, and stellar planning expert, here with a video to welcome Gemini season, the third season of the Zodiac year, and our first entry into the element of air. This is a wonderful time of year for us to really work on the power of our communication. Stay tuned for the rest of the video where I will give you some insights about what to do during Gemini season and how to apply aspects of stellar planning so that you can have an amazing next 30 days. All right, so late night, May 20th or May 21st, depending upon where you live, the sun will move into the third sign of the zodiac, known as Gemini. Gemini is represented by the twins, and it is a unique sign in that it has dual energy. The essence of this sign is known as mutable, which reflects the fact that it takes energy from both of the seasons that it straddles and acts as a bridge or a translator between those two energies. The AstroTwins, one of my favorite astrologers to follow, refer to this essence or mode as being a maven, because this energy comes across as adaptable and curious and able to share or impart the energetic signatures from both areas to other people. The third sign energetic signature is one of the air element. We are taking all that we created in the physical, sensual, earthen time of Taurus, and we are now exploring and examining this information from an intellectual and mental perspective. That is what air signs have a tendency to do, and Gemini is the first of the air signs. As this relates to stellar planning and thinking about a stellar planning focus, during Gemini season, there are a number of important dates throughout the 30-day period to focus on. Those in particular are the Gemini new moon, which will occur on May 30th, the Sagittarius full moon, which will happen June 14th. A few days later will be the end of the Mercury Retrograde post-shadow, and the final date of note is what is referred to as Midsummer's Eve. That's usually the evening of June 19th, and it is the night before the summer solstice, which is the entry of the sun into Cancer, as well as the beginning of a new season. Going back to the idea that Gemini straddles the fence and bridges the gap between spring and summer, giving it its dual nature. Now, for stellar planning focus, again, it's important to remember that the predominant energy that's going to be in play for the next 30 days is the air intellectual energy. So, as the days grow warmer, people are going to be more inclined to spend time outside and be social. And so this gives Gemini its prime environment to do what it does best, which is communicate to others. Gemini is also a sign that rules, in addition to communication, media, technology, um, our siblings, our cousins, and familial relations that are not our mother and father, as well as our community and our neighborhood. Gemini is a social sign and it really thrives on a sense of variety, as people will refer to Geminis being mercurial because Mercury is the ruling sign, and Mercury was known as the foot god who was able to move back and forth between the ethereal or spiritual realms as well as the physical realm. So Gemini has the ability to do that as well. And we really want to work with the elemental cycle here, where we have united our spirited intentions that we developed during Aries fire season and the physical manifestation abilities that we took from Taurus earthy season, and now we want to merge them or unite them with the power of thought and reason in air season, and we want to fulfill Gemini's primary purpose of communicating and sharing things with others. That is why the power of our words are even greater than normal right now. We're already in the midst of a Mercury retrograde, so we need to be very careful and attend to what we're saying and how we're saying things so that we can be in the best space. But now our words carry even greater weight, and our words can actually charge our manifestational abilities to help draw things to us through the subjects of our conversations and communication. So a really important thing for you to ask yourself over the upcoming 30 days is, what am I going to choose to spend my time talking about? Remember that energy goes where our thoughts flow. So you want high vibration results, you need to stay in high vibrational mindset and speak high vibrational words. I also want to focus a little bit on Gemini season body wisdom, because every zodiac sign rules a body part. Gemini rules the hands and the arms. Natives are known to talk with their hands, be really good with hands-eye coordination, and enjoy creating certain things by hand. This is also emblematic of the dual nature in that both hands and arms are essentially sets of body parts that work collaboratively for people. And so it's through a sense of duality that we're going to come across our greatest insights throughout this upcoming 30 days. It's also important to notice if you're having any sensations in your hands or your arms, because exploring that and getting to the root of that can be key to understanding where you need to release blocks. And it is important for us to keep in mind that in our society, we are taught to hold back and sanitize large portions of our thoughts and our communication. And that can leave a residual negative energy signature if we are not finding ways to get those thoughts out or vent ourselves regularly. The goal during this next 30 days is learning how to communicate our thoughts and ideas without weaponizing our words and using them to attack people, but also without denying our truths, because that causes an internal imbalance and decay that is also difficult to try to uncover and get rid of. It's really an important time to stop and give thought to what we're saying. Not just whether or not the person will be able to receive what we are saying in a peaceful way, but does this comment, does this statement actually reflect who and what I am and the sentiments that I am trying to get out? If that's not the case, go back to the drawing board, because now is a time where words can really free and heal us. It's also important to note that the motto for Gemini is I think, and the archetypal energy is being a messenger. So all things are focused on communication and bringing people together relationally. That's probably one of the biggest traits that Geminis are known for. They're fast-moving energy. They're sociable. They can be all over the map in terms of where they're at because they have that dual nature, but they are quick-witted, able to handle multiple projects at the same time, and pretty much feel like boredom is a fate worse than death. This is something that I can relate to very strongly, as I am a Scorpio with a Gemini rising, and so talking with my hands, working with my hands, and creating things of value with my hands are all things that are very near and dear to me. And without those, I don't feel myself. Ways for you to really think about thriving this year for Gemini season. As we've already discussed, please get out there and talk to people. Let your voice be heard, because it is backed up by the powerful twins and Mercury's engine. Take a chance and get back into social activities that may have fallen by the wayside during our quarantine and while dealing with COVID. You can also potentially decide to pick up a new language that you want to learn. But goal here is that the emphasis is on communication. Write a letter, send a DM, but talk to people. That's where a large portion of our positivity will come from. Also, make it a point to get out into your community and your neighborhood and have some adventures. Geminis hate boredom. We may be a little restless. Gemini rules short distance, not long distance travel. So planning a staycation, going to a part of the city that you haven't, or your area that you haven't been to before, taking a short day trip can really help you to feel renewed and kick into high gear, utilizing your mental and intellectual faculties. And the last recommendation is, of course, use your hands. Are you into woodworking? Do you want to paint? Are you a knitter like me? Are you good with computer games? Things that focus on using our hands, that involve a lot of hand-eye coordination, that help create things of beauty in the world and engage both the body and the brain, are really going to help keep us young and support our brain plasticity. This is also a wonderful time to jump into playing some board games, or even cards, or tennis or ping pong, because those are highly favored during this particular time of year. I really hope that this information has been helpful for you in thinking about ways that you can set yourself up appropriately during Gemini season, specifically as it relates to how we can approach and utilize the dates and a stellar planning focus to maximize our 30-day period for our highest good. And if you would like to get into stellar planning and need some assistance or don't have a copy of your birth chart, then I highly suggest that you head over to my website where you can grab a copy of your free birth chart, which will give you all of your house placements and where each sign is located if you know your birth time. That way, you will be able to apply the most specific information related to how Gemini season is going to impact you and use that for the greater good. Having said that, I really appreciate your time and attention if you're still here, wise one. If you are, please drop a comment, a like, and subscribe to my channel as I continue to put out content. And I am wishing you a bright mind and a powerful voice as the air energy of the Gemini sun brings us really great conversations and insights in the next 30 days. Until I'm back with the next video, light and love, wise ones, take care.